Today is one of the special days in the Jewish year. It actually parallels Yom HaKippurim, but it also parallels another day, and that's Shemini Atzeretz. And it parallels another day, Zot Hanukkah, the 8th day of Hanukkah. And let me move from there, because if you do the two methods of lighting the Hanukkah candles, the Beth Hillel method of 1 to 8, and then the Beth Shammai method of 8 to 1, you'll get the last holiday candle, the 8th candle from the 8 to 1. The one candle will come out on 10th of Tevet, which is today, the day we're talking about. And this is what makes this special, because this is the 8th day of Hanukkah in the Beth Shammai method. And that 8th day parallels Shemini Atzeretz, which is the 8th day of Sukkot. It parallels it in another way also, because the second seal that occurs in Rosh Hashanah, the first seal occurs on Yom HaKippurim. Then the second seal, your second attempt, is on the Hoshana Rabbah, 7th day of Sukkot. And then your third seal occurs on the end of Hanukkah. It says end of Hanukkah, by the way, Ad Hanukkah. So it's left open. And that's the 8th day of Hanukkah, the last day. Ad it's brought down, it's the last. Today is the last day of Hanukkah. The Zot Hanukkah is 10th of Tevet. And so the end of Hanukkah, which is the third seal, occurs on the 10th of Tevet also, which parallels the first seal, which is the 10th of Tishri, or Yom HaKippurim. So these days are all linked. And the beauty of this 8th day, beauty of it being the Shemini Atzeretz, is, quite frankly, Shemini Atzeretz is my birthday. So I have a second seal on Hoshana Rabbah, and then theoretically, the third seal is actually Shemini Atzeretz, which is postponed to give you more time to 10th of Tevet. Today is also a fast day, which is like the flame itself of the candle. Because when you fast, you're not feeding the animal part of you. It's not that you're not feeding the soul. You're going to be doing sleep code, and you're going to be doing prayers. And your soul is going to, your body suffers a little bit, but you live by your soul. It's shown here when you don't eat that you're really a soul. And theoretically, you're eating to keep the body going. Eating and drinking, So these are the times that come together for the. Let me just give you another little gematria for Zot. Zot in itself, how to spell it out is Zion, 67, Aleph, it's 178, and Tov, it's 100, and it's 178, 578, and 6, it's 584, plus 3 letters would be 587, that would be Yerushalayim plus 1. And this is the, remember, Yerushalayim is the, it says it in the Slikos for today. I think they call it the Aven Rosha, the headstone. Evan Rosha. It's the headstone. It's like a foundation stone. And my brother's stone was put up on the 5th of Tevet, which is the real day of the 10th. And so, this other idea of it being a fast parallels it also to Yom HaKippurim. And the strange thing about this day of fast, it says in the writings that if today occurred on a Shabbos, if the 10th occurs on a Shabbos, the 10th of Tevet, you don't put the fast off. Now on most fasts, if it occurs on a Shabbos, you put the fast off. But on this one, you don't. So it's a very deep issue. In our calendar, it can't come out that way, but it can't come out on the, well, that's why it's even a deeper issue, why they bring it up. I leave this to you to think about. It has to do with dream. When you have a bad dream, you can fast any day, even if it's on Shabbos. And the Q&As that I'm going to initiate now, I'm going to have a few Kabbalah Q&As. That comes from a dream my brother had a few days before he died, where the letters Q came up and the letters A came up. And so we're going to put them together for Kabbalah Q&As. You write in the Q's. I'll give the A's. And so that's what this day, and there's a permanence about this day. There's a continuum about this day. Because remember 8, which is Zot, Hanukkah, the 8th day, and the Shemini Atzeres, that means 8. Shemini is 8. And the 8th day of closing, it's brought down that this closing is a continuum. It closes, it locks in, it seals, it's a continuum. And in a certain sense, Hanukkah is a continuum, and every day is Hanukkah. So there's a lot to all this. And today, it's a candle. The soul is a candle. And the body, because of fasting, isn't the primary thing today. It's the soul. And this is the 10th of Tevet. It's the 16th day of Hanukkah. It's the real 8th day of the second methodology of Hanukkah. And remember, everything is divided into two that we have. We always have that second chance, like Pesach Sheni, or even the 2 days of Purim and Shushan Purim. We always have that second chance to screw it up a second time. So let me give you one other thing came about that has an 8. It's the dalet of the knot of the tefillin on the head. Yesterday I was doing some work with the Shushumna nerve, what they call Shushumna in yoga, in Kundalini yoga, and the two nadis on the side of the Shushumna, the Ida, which is the left, and the Pingala, which is the right. It goes into the nostril, ends in the nostril. Now for me, this parallels the dalet, the double dalet. It's written with a dalet in some systems, but it's written as a double dalet in Hasidic methodology. And that double dalet is an 8. And today is the 8th day of the second version of Hanukkah. And that double dalet is where the two nerves of the Ida and Pingala end parallel to the nose. And so there's a great secret here about bringing this balance of the two sides, the right and left side. It's another double. And this is a double 4 that goes into the 8. You see? A double dalet is an 8. It's 2 4s. And that parallels the nose in the front, where the two nerves come, the Ida and the Pingala, the right and left. It also symbolizes the straps of the tefillin that go down to Netzach and Hod. And those are the right and left sides of the body, and the Netzach and Hod, the right and left side of the body, and therefore the Shushumna nerve has to do with the bris, the penis. And what day do we have the bris on? It's the 8th day. And that's the day of Shemini Atzeret. And that's the day of the Zot Hanukkah. And that's the day that we parallel into today as the 10th of Tevet. And the 10th of Tevet, therefore, has to do with the bris. And all 8s all number 8s are linked, because that's the infinite number. 6 is physical. 7 is spiritual. 8 is infinite. Remember, there are 3 days here, a fast of the righteous. On the 8th, 9th, and 10th of Tevet. That parallels the 6th, 7th, and 8th days of Hanukkah. And the numbers 6, 7, and 8. the physical. That's the eighth. That's the eighth of Tevet. That's the day the Torah was translated into, Greek. Greek is the physical aspect of the world. On the 9th of Tevet, we celebrate something which we don't even know, they say. It's brought down also that it's the king's son's coronation. They even make this into Jesus, which is spiritual. Christianity is spiritual. And then the eighth day. The eighth day, the unique day of Judaism. The infinite day. The infinite day of the bris, the circumcision, the unique thing of Judaism. The threefold circumcision of Mila, Peria, and Matzitza Hadam. The unique thing, the infinite level that's expressed on Yom Kippur, that's expressed on Shemini Atzeret. It's expressed on the eighth day of Hanukkah, which parallels today. It's expressed as the threefold seal. The 3 days of the seal. Today being the third day of the seal. That threeness is expressed in the threefold methodology of the bris. Mila, Peria, and Matzitza Hadam. So today is a day of commencement. It's a day of the commencement of the fulfillment. Think about that.